Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 17, entitled Victory of Hiranyaksha over all the directions of the universe. Text 26. Savarsha Pugan Adado Mahabalash Charan Mahurmin Chvasa Neritan Muhu Maurya Bijagne Gadaya Vibhavarim Asidivam Stata Purim Prachitasaha. Saha, he, Varsha, Pugan, for many years, Adado, in the ocean, Mahabalaha, mighty, Charan, moving, Maha-urmin, gigantic waves, Shvasana, by the wind, Iritan, tossed, Muhu, again and again, Marvya, iron, Abhijagne, he struck, Gadaya, with his mace, Vibhavarim, Vibhavari, Asidivan, reached, Tata, O dear Vidura, Purim, the capital, Prachitasaha, of Varuna. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Moving about in the ocean of many, many years, the mighty Hiranyaksha smote the gigantic wind-tossed waves again and again with his iron mace and reached Vibhavari, the capital of Varuna. Purport. Varuna is supposed to be the predominating deity of waters, and his capital, which is known as Vibhavari, is within the watery kingdom. Hare Krishna. Here we continue our discussion on Hiranyaksha, how he was victorious all over the universe by his mighty appearance. He didn't have to fight with anyone. Just by his appearance, everyone fled away. And it's interesting that it is explained that the whole Bhagavatam is one name of Srimati Radharani. And here it's interesting part of her name, how mighty Hiranyaksha smote the gigantic wind-tossed waves again and again with his iron mace and reached Vibhavari, the capital of Varuna. Yes. Here Srimad Bhagavatam explains how the demons have great power, and if we don't use the power for the Lord's service, then it's the cause of our false pride. And pride is, of course, just preceding the fall down and destruction. And we will see from the next verses how the mighty Hiranyaksha was destroyed playfully with the Lord. Yes. So we will continue now our discussion on Dāmodarāṣṭaka. So far we have explained how Satyavrata Muni is meditating on Lord's beautiful pastimes, especially his childhood pastimes, how he was bound by Mother Yashoda, actually by her love. It is explained that Krishna cannot be bound by someone who doesn't have more powerful love for him than he has for them. Yes. So, and it is seen also in this world that usually mother and father love their children more than children love their parents. Yes. If the child wants to live with their parents till the end of his life or her life, the parents don't have anything against it. But usually children leave their parents and they go to live elsewhere. Yes. So the same was the case with Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda's love for Krishna was much more powerful than Krishna's love for Mother Yashoda was. Yes. Therefore, she was able to bind Krishna, and she was able also to catch Krishna. We can remember from Srimad Bhagavatam how Kalayavana wanted to fight with Krishna, and Krishna came from Dwaraka, actually from Mathura. He came from Mathura without any weapons, and he just walked away. And then Kalayavana, who was very proud, again a demon, a proud demon, pursued Krishna, wanted to catch him. But he couldn't, although he ran as fast as he could. He couldn't catch Krishna. As Krishna was always just in front of him, just in reach, but a little bit too far. So he led him to a faraway cave in which Muchukunda was sleeping. and then hid himself there. Yes, and also when he returned back to Mathura, there was also Jarasandha with his mighty army of 23 Akshohinis, of soldiers. This is more than there were soldiers on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Yes, and Krishna and Balaram just flee. How it's the past tense? Fled. Yes, just fled. Yes, and just fled. And also Jarasandha couldn't catch them. Although he was also a mighty warrior and most surely much more physically fit than Mother Yashoda. But Mother Yashoda was able to catch Krishna because of her deep love for him. So Satyavrata Muni is meditating on this sweet and deep lila, and he explains how everyone is drowned in this loving ecstasies, which are uninterrupted loving ecstasies, Ananda Kunde, in Vrindavan. And then he expresses his desire. After first meditating on this lila and these different loving pastimes, then he expresses his desire. I just want that this feature, this form of Bala Gopala is always manifest in my heart. Yes, this is his desire. And he doesn't want any kind of liberation, any kind of boon, any kind of achievement, even what can one achieve with following the 9 processes of devotional service. Yes, this is just external. As Lord Chaitanya was discussed, Krishna consciousness, or this philosophy with Ramananda Rai, he asked him to explain him what is the goal of life. And then Ramananda Rai gave different ideas. First he said that proper following of an ashram dharma according to your position for the Lord's pleasure is the highest perfection. And Lord Chaitanya said that you should go deeper. And then he explained that whatever you do, yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhoshi tadasi, yat tapasasi kanta, tat kurudusha madarpanam, you do for the pleasure of the Lord. And Lord Chaitanya said, this is just external. Go deeper. And then he said, Sarva dharmam parityaja mam ekam sharanam varja hantvam sarva papapyo moksha ishami mashucha. That just abandon all kinds of dharma. Varnashram dharma, this dharma, that dharma. Just abandon. And just surrender unto me. I will protect you from all sin. Don't be afraid. And Lord Chaitanya also said, and this should be a conclusion of Bhagavad-gita. He said, this is just external. Go deeper. Yes. And one may be shocked. Although there is in Bhagavad-gita is also explained pure devotional service. Patram pushpam palam tayam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktupahritam ashnami prayatatna. If one offers me a flower, a leaf, a water, a fruit with love and devotion, I will accept it. Yes, I will eat it, he says, actually. Even flowers are not edible. But he's so conquered with love, as he was conquered when Vidura's wife was offering banana peels. He was also eating them with great gusto, with great pleasure. Although he just rejected most wonderful feast of Duryodhana. Yes, because these banana peels were offered with love and devotion, with great love. Yes. So, therefore, Satyavrat Muni doesn't consider any achievement as of any value. Yes, he just wants to capture the Lord in his heart, his beautiful form of Balagopala, in his Vatsalya Bhava. At least he wants to develop Vatsalya Bhava. And as we explained, he teaches also us how to meditate, how to develop great hankering for certain relationship with the Lord. Yes. Here, this stotra, or this song of Satyavrat Muni, is full of hankering, full of bhava. Yes, and therefore we are instructed to sing this every year during the month of Kārttika, to understand how important it is to cultivate such deep hankering. And the next verse, the 5th verse, also expresses this hankering. And we shall sing now. Idante mukam bojam atyanta nila vritam kuntalaik snigda yaktaisha gopya.
Idante mukam bojam atyanta nila vritam kuntalaik snigda yaktaisha gopya.
Mukhushtambitam bimba raktadaram me manasya virastam alam lakshalabai.
Mukhushtambitam bimba raktadaram me manasya virastam
O Lord, again and again Mother Yashoda kisses your lotus face, which is framed by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, and beautified by your lips colored red like the bimba fruit. May this vision of your lotus face ever be manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. We can see here, idam te muhur, idam te mukam bojam atyanta nilar. Atyanta nilar. Anta means the end, and nilar means blue. But this is not his deep blue color has no end. It's so deep. It's so deep, so beautiful. And on this unlimitedly deep blue face, the bright yellow lips like bimba fruit. Extremely beautiful. He's extremely beautiful. And his black glossy hair are tinged with red color. Yes. And it is explained they are like swarm of bees that flying around lotus flower. Yes. So his face is compared to lotus flower, and his hair, surrounded by his hair, which are compared to bees. Yes. Who want to drink the sweetness of the lotus. Yes, and he only wants, first in previous verse, Satyavrata Muni said that he would like to have this form of Balagopala captured in his heart. And he's more specific here. That especially your face, which is so beautiful. I want to be, that your face is in my heart all the time. And we should know that the Lord's face is the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, because Bhagavatam is compared to different bodily limbs of the Lord, and the 10th canto is Lord's smiling face. Nothing is so beautiful as Lord's smiling face. Yes. So, therefore, if we want to develop loving relationship with the Lord, intimate relationship with the Lord, we should regularly, daily read 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. But as instructed by Srila Prabhupada, we should first study 9th cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. Then we can properly appreciate the lotus face of the Lord, which is represented by the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, if you haven't studied the first 9 cantos, I invite you to go deep in your study of Srimad Bhagavatam and study first 9 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, and then immerse yourself in the 10th. And don't forget also about 11th and 12th canto. Shri Panchatattva ki jai. And then don't forget also about Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is the essence of Bhagavatam. Yes, which is the essence of Bhagavatam, represented by Lord Chaitanya's Leela, which is also extremely deep. and explained by Lord Chaitanya. How could we know of this high philosophy if not properly explained by Lord Chaitanya and following his example, also explained by our acharyas. Yes. So, as we can see here, in this verse, it is explained that Mother Yashoda is again and again kissing his lotus face. And the word used here is gopya or gopi. And Sanatana Goswami explains that this gopi can mean either Mother Yashoda, as it is translated here in this verse, but who is kissing more Krishna's face than Srimati Radharani? So we can understand this verse, this gopya, as also Srimati Radharani. Yes. So Acharyas explain that we can understand these different songs, at least we can meditate according to our hankering, to our desired bhava. Yes. So when we sing this stanza of Dāmodarāṣṭakam, if you would like to develop this loving relationship with the Lord, as the gopis do have, then we can meditate how Srimati Radharani is kissing the Lord's face again and again and again. Yes. Yes. So his face is extremely beautiful, and he's captured by his devotees, either by Mother Yashoda or Srimati Radharani. And we also said that Damodar is the one who is bound around his waist, and this he's bound either by Mother Yashoda or Srimati Radharani also. Yes. So we can meditate how he's bound by his loving devotees, either by Mother Yashoda or Srimati Radharani. And this is explained how everyone can see the absolute reality from his desired perspective. In one lila, when Mother Yashoda was concerned why Krishna is so scratched, his soft body is full of scratches. And then Kundalata said that Krishna at night he dances rasa. But Mother Yashoda couldn't accept this. How can he has how he have this loving relationship with girls? It's impossible. He hardly have new teeth, and he still drinks my milk. Yes. So I know from where he's so scratched all over his body, because he's playing with the boys, and the boys are rough, and they scratch him. And I tell them again and again not to scratch him, but still. And he also runs after the calves through thorny bushes, and so he's so scratched. Yes. So she couldn't accept and believe that he has amorous pastimes with the gopis. Yes. Because he's too small. He's my baby. Yes. To even cross his mind such a thing. Yes. And when Krishna finishes his pastimes in the forest, this is of course very early in the morning, he plays with the gopis, and then everyone is drowned in ecstasies when Krishna and gopis are playing together in the morning hours, except one person is very worried, and this is Vrinda Devi, who is responsible for all the leelas that they are very smooth. So she's not comfortable with this idea that Krishna and Radharani will be caught by their superiors, that they have affair in the forest. So she's in great anxiety because the sun is starting to rise, and Krishna and the gopis are in complete oblivion of what is happening outside. They just have fun. And so she considers what to do. And then she instructs Kakati, the old monkey, to sing a song. And then this Kakati is singing the song how the gopis are polluted here by Krishna. But Jatila, the old woman with matted hair, is coming to the forest. Jatila is the name of the mother-in-law of Radharani. And when the Krishna and the gopis hear the name of Jatila, the whole ocean of fun becomes lesser than a drop, and they all become very fearful. And they run out of the bowers in Vrindavan and go back home. And then they are afraid of anything, of any branch. They see the image of Jatila wherever they look. Yes. We should see Krishna like this, wherever we look. Yes. Premanjita churita bhakti vilochanena santah sadeva hridayeshu vilokayanti yam shyama sundara achintya gunasvarupam govinda madhipurusham tam aham bhajami. So we should see Lord Shyamasundara manifest everywhere. We should have our eyes full of love for Lord Shyamasundara and see him everywhere. So they see Jatila everywhere when they are afraid. When some emotion is very strong, then everything is manifest according to this emotion. Yes. Even in this material world. So what to speak of spiritual world? Therefore, Krishna also accepts the form on which he is meditated upon. Yes. If we meditate on the Lord in his Vrindavan Lila, he will manifest this Vrindavan Lila to us. Yes. Tvam bhakti-yoga pavirbhavita hrit saroja aseshu tikshita pato nananata pumsam yat yad diyata urgai vibhavayanti tatad vapuh pranasi satanugrahaya. By your mercy, anugrahaya, you manifest your form, your lila, your abode to devotee according how he meditates upon these lilas. So, yes, we have the power to assume any form, actually. Even in this material world, conditioned souls also have this power. Yes. If we want to become an animal in next life, we can become. We just behave like an animal, and we can assume a body of an animal. No problem. The spirit is free to assume any form he likes. Yes. And we can become a demigod. So, and we can become a gopi even in the spiritual world. And at the same time we have some other form. Spirit is not limited to any kind of form. Yes. Yes, spirit is not limited. This spirit is completely free. But this conditioning is just illusion. It's just illusion. Yes. So as long as we are illusioned, we have to assume different material forms. But when we develop love for Krishna, when we are on the spiritual platform, we can assume spiritual form. Yes, spiritual form. So, and this hankering for spiritual form we will develop according to our association. And this is true also in this material world. By the association one keeps, one develops his destiny, actually. Yes. If you associate with drunkards, you'll become a drunkard. Most definitely. Yes. I know one devotee who is alcoholic, actually. He was alcoholic before he became a devotee. And if he doesn't associate regularly with devotees, he becomes alcoholic again. Of course, alcoholism is a disease that cannot be cured. You cannot become not alcoholic ever again. You're alcoholic forever. You can be abstinent. That means you don't drink, but you're still alcoholic. You're addicted to alcohol. So, but one becomes an alcoholic because of association. Because alcohol is disgusting. I don't know about you, young generation, if you tried alcohol in your life. But I did. And when I first tried, it was just disgusting. But then you get used to it, to the taste. And because everyone around explained that this is very good. Ooh, this beer is very tasty. Or this wine. Then you get into the bhava. Yes, so according to your association, you develop bhava. So if you have this sinful association, you will develop bhava for sinful activities. Yes, and then you will really like it. Not that you just pretend that you like it. You really develop taste for it. Yes. Although at the beginning, it's disgusting. Yes, but then you develop taste. Or I also smoked cigarettes, and this was even more disgusting at the beginning. But then you become addicted. You cannot give it up. And when I wanted to give up smoking, it was extremely difficult. Yes, extremely difficult. 10 years I dreamt that I'm smoking. And I woke up in terror. Oh, I don't smoke. And I broke my vow. Yes, it's highly addictive. Cigarettes are more addictive than heroin, it is explained. Yes. Highly addictive drug. Although it's disgusting, you inhale some smoke. It's disgusting, yes, but addictive. So my point is, according to your association, you will develop bhava. So therefore, associate with devotees who have at least deep hankering for certain relationship with the Lord. Yes. And of course, our reading is also associating. So if we read Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, this is recommended, and especially 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we should read the whole Bhagavatam again and again and again, and we should read the 10th canto again and again and again. And we should read also Chaitanya Charitamrita again and again and again. And Bhagavad Gita again and again and again. Yes. You should read all, and of course also books of our acharyas. Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion. We should also read them again and again and again. So, never stop reading. Because then you associate with Krishna intimately, because he's intimately presented just for the benefit of conditioned souls. Yes. Otherwise, why Krishna has any need to come to this material world? Just is because of his mercy. Just because of his mercy. Yes. Although here in this world living entities who are against Krishna, but still he comes, even though he's hated here, generally speaking, just for his mercy, that one can become fortunate enough and accept his mercy. Yes. So we should be the fortunate ones, yes, who accept Krishna's mercy. And then, today is also, what is this, appearance day of Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur is the one who was also full of this deep hankering for the Lord. He was actually teaching us how to approach the Lord. What should be our meditation? What should be our mood? Because he himself had the love of Lord Chaitanya himself, because Lord Chaitanya stored his love in the river Padmavati just for Narottam to take it. And so he had the highest prema, the prema of Srimati Radharani herself, because Lord Chaitanya was Radha himself, herself, or himself was Srimati Radharani. So he stored this Radha prema for Narottam Das Thakur. But still, Narottam Das Thakur in his songs, he's hankering for service to Radha and Krishna. He's hankering to be able to overcome material obstacles, material kama, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Yeah. So we should also follow his example. And for example, Gaura Kishordas Babaji was asked once how to develop love for Krishna, how to develop prema. And he said, go to the marketplace with 5 annas. I believe this was some currency in his time. With 5 annas, and purchase 2 books, Prema Bhakti Chandrika and Prarthana, both of Narottam Das Thakur. And read them daily and you will develop love for Krishna. You will develop Krishna prema. Yes. And he also was carrying around Prema Bhakti Chandrika. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati instructed his disciples to read Prema Bhakti Chandrika daily. Yes. So we should also take this instruction of our acharyas and read also books from Narottam Das Thakur, who are full of this prema and hankering for love, hankering for service. And also the proper philosophy is taught in very simple language. Therefore, because he was writing in simple Bengali language, he was the main source of proper understanding of tattva for the people. Yes, because even Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he encountered Chaitanya Charitamrita when he was way over 40 years old. Yes, it was not so easy to get these books that it is now available everywhere. You just there are just on the tips of your fingers. You go to the internet and you can have all these different books from our acharyas and so on. But at that time it was not easy to get books. Yes. Not even these most prominent books like Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam. As we can remember, Srinivasa Acharya, he wanted to study Srimad Bhagavatam under the direction of Gadadhar Pandit. But they had just one copy of Srimad Bhagavatam. And this was fully washed away by the tears of Gadadhar Pandit. So, it couldn't be read, this copy of Bhagavatam at all. So Gadadhar Pandit instructed Srinivasacharya, go back to Bengal from Jagannath Puri, few hundred kilometers away, and get yourself a new copy of Bhagavatam. So he had to hire one who copied the whole Bhagavatam for him, 18,000 verses. And when he received this new copy of Bhagavatam, he went back to Jagannath Puri. But on the way, Gadadhar Pandit already left this world. So we can see it wasn't so easily available. So in this regard, we are extremely fortunate that we can have these books available. But if we don't study them regularly, then we are most unfortunate. Most unfortunate, because we don't take advantage of these rarest jewels. Yes, rarest jewels. So there are two types of meditations also. One is mantramayi upasana, or serving the Lord by our meditation, by meditating on certain pastimes that attract our heart very much. And then there is another kind of meditation, is svarasiki upasana. And this svarasiki upasana is spontaneous completely. As we mentioned before, wherever we look, we just have spurti, or manifestation, divine manifestation of different leelas of the Lord. But this comes only on the level of bhava, which is beyond any kind of material contamination. So this cannot be practiced, but we can practice other type of meditation. Yes, in the form of hankering and reading. This reading is also meditation. At least should be. We shouldn't just read to tick, yes, we have read an hour of Bhagavatam per day. Yes. So I finished my quota. This shouldn't be our approach, either in chanting or in reading or in any kind of devotional activities. When we offer different articles to the Lord's deities, it shouldn't be our meditation just to finish my puja. Once a devotee went with his family to India, and he visited one temple, and when his pujari was in the middle of his puja, when he saw that Western devotees came, he became extremely eager to get some money from them, of course. And then he did his puja in extreme haste. He videoed this puja, and it was ridiculous. Yes. Just to finish it. As soon as possible. Yes. So this shouldn't be our approach in devotional service. Our approach in devotional service should be as deep as possible. As deep as possible. Yes. Because this is our only hope to achieve Krishna's grace. Yes. There is no other hope. If we just follow some instruction for our devotional service, it's not possible to develop a love for Krishna. Yes. Then we will have this. We can achieve in moksha. Yes. Svasuka Ishwarya, Uttara Moksha, or even Prema, Seva, Uttara Moksha, as we explained yesterday. But we will not achieve the sweet pastimes in Vrindavan. So the only way to develop this sweet mood for Krishna is to go deep in our sadhana. There is no other possibility. Yes. Only extremely rare living entities are Kripa Siddha. Only extremely rare living entities. Yes. When the Lord is personally present in this world. He can bestow even a dog the highest love for him. But if we are fortunate, we can get this guidance to the most deep levels of bhakti. So, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we are given the whole process, and by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas, we are given this process to approach most intimate Lord's pastimes. And we shouldn't discard it. We shouldn't be neglectful because of our craziness. Our conditioning is the state of craziness, mada. And the sign of our craziness is our pride. If we have a tinge of pride, it means that we are crazy. That we are crazy. So, at least as long as we are crazy, we go deep in our sadhana. Because we will have these remaining parts of craziness until we don't achieve bhava for the Lord. Yes. Until we achieve bhava or deep feelings for the Lord, we will have some type of material contamination. But we cannot develop bhava for the Lord or deep feelings for the Lord if we are not attached very much to the Lord. Yes. One has to be first very much attached to the Lord, then the feeling can come. Otherwise it's not possible. But we cannot be attached to the Lord if we don't have taste. Yes. You are attached to pizza because you have taste for pizza. You want to taste pizza because you like it. You've developed taste for pizza. Yes. Then you can become attached to pizza. Yes, it's the same. Without taste, we cannot become attached. But we cannot develop taste if we are not fixed in something. If your mind is all over the place, you don't even know that you have eaten something. Do you have such experience? You ate something in haste, and then you realize that you didn't taste anything. Yes. Only when you're fixed in something, you're present with your consciousness, then you can taste anything. So, nishta is needed if we want to develop ruchi. We have to be fixed in our sadhana. We have to be fixed in our devotional service and unlimitedly determined that even if I have problems, even if I have different desires for sense gratification or any types of desires, I will not give up my devotional service. Even and it's explained in by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in some commentary in 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, how even if Brahma comes and instructs me to give up devotional service, I will not give it up. That should be our determination. We should have such fixed determination. Yes. But we cannot be fixed up if we have a heart full of material desires. Yes, full of anarthas. So, and anarthas can be given up only if we engage in service. Nashta preshva bhadrishu nityam bhagavata seva. Nityam bhagavata seva. There should be service to the devotees, to Bhagavatam, to regularly reading Bhagavatam and our books. Then we can become, our bhakti can become naishtiki, fixed. It's not possible otherwise. Yes. So go deep in your chanting especially and reading. Never allow that any distraction comes between you and your chanting. No phone, no conversation, nothing at all. Just chanting. And if you're in the environment where there is much disturbance, lock yourself up somewhere. Just chant. Yes, just chant. And there is one devotee in Slovenia who, before he started to live in temple, he was his job was that he was some mechanic on a boat, and he had no place on the boat peaceful except a toilet. So he locked himself at the toilet and chanted there. So that should be your determination also. If you have any disturbance in your life, just lock yourself up somewhere and just chant. And don't allow, switch off your phone, switch off your anything. Even if the whole world is burning down, it's not in your power to help, just chant. Or anything else is happening. When my chanting, when it's my time for chanting, I should just chant. Yes. Nothing else matters. Yes. But of course you shouldn't seek excuses for your laziness. That this is my time for chanting. So you get up very early in the morning and chant your rounds. And then do your other service also. Hare Krishna. Yes.
At the end of life, when you get like very sick and you just can't chant. You need to vomit all the time. You have such a headache or whatever. You just get crazy.
Yes. There can be states that you cannot chant. Haridas Thakur, when he approached the last part of his life, he said that everything is okay, but my mind is not okay. My devotion is not okay because I cannot finish my rounds. But still, he was chanting all the time. Yes. in whatever he could, in whatever way he could. And also, one recent example is from Kadamba Maharaj. He was struggling very much at the end to chant his 16 rounds. It took whole day to finish his 16 rounds. And at that time, also his guru was the Jayadvaita Maharaj was there with him. And he said, Maharaj, you are in great physical pain and inconvenience. Every beat counts for the round. So you shouldn't struggle yourself so much. And Kadamba Maharaj answered to Jayadvaita Maharaj. He said, please don't give me this instruction. Don't give me this instruction. I want to chant my rounds.
If you have like a cassette recorder or whatever, and with Prabhupada chanting, is that the same?
Yes, if you chant also, of course it's the same. But of course, if you're in such a position, for example, you lose your consciousness or anything like this, that you cannot chant. If you're serious and you're chanting all your life, then Krishna will definitely remember you at the time of death. Yes, because your only object of your life is Krishna. So he will respond accordingly. You'll be the only object of his life too. Yes.
I know mothers, sometimes they were like 4 kids, one is newborn and one is 1 year and the other is 3 and 4, and then they're screaming the whole night and what should I do? They have the whole house is like a big mess and cooking, and I have been there myself a little bit, and it was like
Yes, I have 3 children, so
children,
I have not 4, but 3. It is possible. It is possible. If the mother is not sick, it's possible for her to chant. And the children should understand that this is now time for chanting. And she can have a small child in her lap and chants, and breastfeed the child at the same time. It's possible. And children get such a blessing by her chanting. Then this mother's chanting goes most deep. They drink mother's milk and they drink Mahamantra at the same time. Yes. This is the most profound blessing the children can get. And of course, the father's duty is to set discipline in the house. Yes, this is the father's duty. To set discipline. Father should set discipline. Yes, that there shouldn't be chaos. Yes. But in modern life, everything is chaotic. And there are no proper fathers anymore, unfortunately. Or rarely there are. But this is rare. So if we take this responsibility of fatherhood, we should be very serious. And also, responsibility of a mother is also should be very accepted very seriously. Not for our sense gratification. It becomes a mission in life. If we become parents, this is a mission. This is not. Child shouldn't be side effect of our sense enjoyment, but should be our mission for serving Krishna. And therefore, our chanting is our foremost mission. And if we chant in this mood, then the children definitely will be devotees. Because they will see that devotional life for my parents, their life is just focused on devotional service and chanting and so on. And if mother takes chanting seriously, this is the most profound blessing for her children. Yes, most definitely. So it's the best way for her to chant whenever she is breastfeeding the child, that he chants also her rounds at the same time. Yes, it's possible. Do you have a question?
Just a small comment. When I had children, the mornings were very full, and as soon as they started talking, then focus during the day was also difficult. So I had rounds left when they went to bed, and I think back in the days when people chanted 32 rounds or 64 rounds, it was also quite normal to chant some rounds in the morning and some rounds in the evening, because that's also a peaceful time, so that you don't spend the evenings being just social or something. But that is anyway, it's just a practical point, but that's what I did.
Yes, of course, parents have to be practical.
But when they are around and talking, and that's also a peaceful time when one can also focus on chanting.
Yeah, when there are babies, they can be breastfed and mother can chant. And when they're a little older and they want to talk and want to play, they can be explained. Now is my time for chanting. You play yourself, and when I finish my chanting, I will play with you. No problem. And the child will understand and will appreciate your time for chanting. They are not so egoistic maniacs as one may think. They are intelligent living entities, small children. And if they're explained like this, if they see that you are serious, if they would see that you are scrolling your phone during your chanting or do some nonsense, then they would, of course, demand your attention also. But if they see that you are really focused on your chanting and you don't divide your consciousness to other things, then they will respect your time for chanting. Yes. And then the atmosphere can become really peaceful. But if you're distracted to so many other things during your chanting, then children will also demand the part of your attention. And then they will not consider chanting very beneficial, because then they will take chanting as some kind of a burden. Yes. Then we'll see mother would like to do so many things, but she has to chant. And so she cannot devote herself. This is not, of course, so logically thinking of children, but emotionally understanding the situation. Yes. If her chanting is not focused, distracted by so many other things, then the child will understand, yes, she doesn't want to chant actually, but this is her duty, but I don't want to be burdened by this chanting. So such children will not appreciate chanting very much. But if mother really focused on chanting, is focused on chanting, and father also, then they will understand their life is surrounded by chanting, and they are focused on chanting, and they will take this also very seriously themselves in life. Hare Krishna. Yes?
I have a question in the beginning when you spoke about the Ramananda Roy conversation with Lord Chaitanya.
Yes.
And then when he says Rasham, then Lord Chaitanya I said that's all right, but go further. But you're saying that's also external, so I wanted to try to understand how that verse is considered also external.
Yes, because then Lord Chaitanya considers this verse as external because it's done on some instruction. Give up all other types of dharma and just surrender to me. Of course, the act of surrender can be either external or deep, internal. But this depends on our consciousness. But just instruction is external, and if we follow and surrender on for the instruction's sake, then this is external. Yes. So devotion that comes from our heart is not external. But any performance of any activity, if it is not based on our bhava or our emotion, is external. Therefore, Prabhupada says also in his commentary, his purport to prayers of Queen Kunti, that the quality of our chanting depends on the quality of our feeling. Yes. So, as long as we don't have these deep feelings for Krishna, we should hanker for them. And this hankering is also deep, is an internal thing, is about bhava, it's about feeling, it's about our consciousness. But if we don't perform our devotional service, our sadhana, with this hankering at least, then it's just external. It's just performance with the body. It's not performing with the heart. Understand the difference?
Yes, but still, it's Krishna's instruction, and we do it without any separate desire, even if we are not perfect in ourselves. That shelter of taking the Lord's instruction and following it without any separate desire, even if it's not perfect, the process is still, even if I'm not perfect, the process is still bhakti. It's not, it's not mixed.
Lord Chaitanya doesn't say it's mixed, it's external. Also, yat karoshi yat ashnasi yat juhoshi dadasyat. This is also Lord's instruction, that everything you do.
That we can understand. Whatever you're going to do, instead of doing it for you, do it for me. That's like the kind of platform.
Yes.
The next platform, just give it all up and just surrender. That would seem to be surrender.
Yes, it is. But it's still, if it is done only because of Lord's instruction, it's still external. But if we do it with bhakti, with love for Krishna's pleasure, then it becomes internal. Yes. This is the difference. Therefore, patram pushpam palam tuyam yume bhaktya prayachati. He explains that I accept whatever you offer to me if it is with love and devotion, because this is about bhakti, it's about our heart. Yes. Otherwise, everything we do is just external, if our heart is not involved, even if it is surrendered to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you very much. Gantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Krishna. Please accept my